You're right.
So I had to go through all of that. But there is one man changed that all, because he would just look at me and just say, "You are just so beautiful." And he knew me when I was small versus now,
right.
or when I had gained all of that weight, because I'm back down now considerably. But he would just sit and just tell me how beautiful I was and how sexy I was and how he just loved to just look at me. And he would literally do just that. I mean, we could be talking or something, and he'll go, "Stay right there, just like you are," and go grab his phone and take a picture and be like, "You remind me of," who did he say? Pam Grier. I'm like, seriously?
Oh,
no,
wow.
I don't. But in his, he felt that way about me,
right?
And that made me understand that, regardless of how big or small I am, I still have something to offer.
But see, it's not even that. Those are the men who accept you for who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Because he knew you before then, he knew you after then. He knew who you were as a person. It didn't matter to him what size you were.
Exactly.
And it's sad because
when I started losing weight, the only thing he said was, "Please don't get small like you were."
Yeah, I hear that too. They were like, "You gonna look like, yeah, you gonna look like a crackhead." I'm like, "No, I ain't," but I do what I do for me. It ain't about nobody else. It's not for the looks. I'm trying to be healthy. I ain't saying I'm perfect, because I ain't, because I swear to God right now, I can use a Philly cheesesteak from my favorite spot. Family from Philly, if you listening, please go to Max's FedEx overnight dry ice, please. That ain't gonna happen. But, I understand, I'm not perfect either. I'm still a daily work in progress. But when I look back to where I was, where I am now, I've come when I say a long way, I mean a long way. But I'm still a work in progress. I don't have it all, but I'm going to share what I do know and what I have experienced, because there's so many women that, I see and I read stuff that they type, or I talk to them that are, and even men. I'm not going to lead them out. You'd be surprised how many men out here have low self-esteem and just can't figure it out. They don't even have a clue. So both sexes are lost. And if I can just help one, I've done my job. Just one. I don't have it all. There may be some days I get on air and I'll be like, "All right, y'all, I'm going through this. I don't know what to do." One, because I ain't ashamed to say I need help.
Right.
First off, because I can't figure it all out. I don't know everything, and I will only speak on what I do know. And what I do know is people need to focus on themselves and get themselves right, because you can't be right for nobody else if you ain't right. Now, if you got somebody in your corner that came out the gate for you 100 off the rip, regardless of whatever your situation was, and wasn't focused on what you had, they were just really interested in you, ride with them. That's your best friend, because there's no judgment there. They're not looking for anything. They're not looking for nothing. Just like that song said in Unconditional, and that's why I love that song. She said, and this goes both ways, "If you love me like you say you do, just take my hand and accept me as I am. I just want love unconditional."
That's right.
And those words probably went over so many people's head.
Love a person's fault just as much as you love their benefit. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has faults. I'll tell you in a heartbeat. Look, I come with a whole lot of crap. I'm very picky. I'm anal about a lot of things. I'm almost OCD about certain things.
Yeah.
And I want things the way that I want them. And there's, I leave very little room for compromise as far as things that I want. But that doesn't mean it's everything in the world. It's just that certain things, let's say when you're in my kitchen with my food, I gotta know what you're doing. You can't be drooling, you can't be touching your mouth and none of that, and then touching my food. I can't do that.
Yeah, it's right, and everybody has their quirks, but
exactly, and it takes much for a person to be able to accept all of the crazy when, and still love you. You know what I'm saying? But you go through a lot, but you got to be willing to go through it. You got to be willing to fuss and cuss and be mad at each other and go through what you're going and realize that you still love that person.
Right.
Because if everything is roses, you're doomed to fail anyway. Anybody that doesn't argue in a relationship, understand you're screwed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because when it gets rough,
it's going to get rough. How to handle it. Exactly. And a lot of people don't know how to handle stressors, meaning, just like you stated earlier, everything's peachy keen, y'all all lovey-dovey, but the minute a situation happens, it's like, oh shit, what do we do? How do I handle this? And that really shows you the real true meaning of a person. You can't be cussing and fussing at each other. Y'all gotta stay calm, put your heads together, come up with a solution, and execute. You can't be fussing at each other when something happens, but a lot of people have not adapted that, but they will tell you real quick, you don't know how to talk to folks. Well, what I don't understand, and I had to do this today to somebody, the situation was I had told them before not to do something because it was not respectful in doing it. And it was, okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, I'll give you one. And the same thing happened again today. And I went in nicely, excuse me, I had a conversation with you before not to do this because it's disrespectful to me. And you said, okay, but now you've done it again. And it was amnesia. I don't know what you're talking about, whatever. Okay. Then I had to get ugly. And I said, well, I'm not going to repeat what I said, but anybody that knows me know they got it. And then it was like, oh, that's what you're talking about. Why did it take me to have to cuss you out for you to understand what the hell I'm talking about when I just had this discussion with you 2 days ago? Or are you just that dumb?
Unfortunately, I don't have that go off trigger anymore. I'm more of a, you know what? I'm good. I can blow a gasket somewhere else for a more important reason, but right now you being foolish is not that. I can just
and it's not even blowing a gasket. It's just to show you can talk nice to a person and you're talking to them. You're not even talking at them. They don't understand it. Right. But the minute you start talking at them and you got to get belligerent, they understand that. I don't get it.
Right. And for me, a situation like that, I will walk away from you and call it a day. And there's nothing else you can say to me. There's no hard feelings, but I don't deal.
And that's exactly what that is.
People that are more important and more respectful.
Yeah, I can't deal because you just showed me you dumb as hell, and I can't deal with dumb people. I can't. I'm sorry. I have a problem with that.
And it's because if you disrespect me, you'll never tell me the truth. Never. I'll never be able to trust you.
You cannot be disrespected and be lied to every day.
I'll never be able to look at you as though you're somebody that I can invest in. So really, what purpose are you serving in my world? I don't do disrespectful people for that very reason.
Exactly. So,
if you're lying to me, it's the same thing. If you lie to me, you lie on me. If you lie on me, you lie about me.
Oh, there it is. You're absolutely right.
We're not even going to play those games.
Yeah, everybody does things differently, but what I'm going to tell you is, just prioritize what you need to do. Once you prioritize it, start working. If you got some small things you can bust out and get rid of, go ahead and knock them little things out. And then start working on other stuff. And that's how I did it. I just actually, Sunday evening, 2:00 in the morning, I'm sitting up with a pad in my hand and I'm writing down stuff and scratching out stuff and, making the plan of what I need to do and how I got to execute it, giving myself deadlines and, different things to do so I can hold myself accountable. See, and a lot of people don't do that. They don't hold themselves accountable. And when you don't hold
Right.
yourself accountable, to me, you're a slacker.
That's the truth. That is the truth. And you know, writing down, you're the first person that I heard other than myself that does that, because every year, you know, everyone does their New Year's vision board. Well, I do my vision board, but I also do list of my goals, my dreams,
Yeah.
my needs, my, you know, what is stopping me from ascertaining those goals and dreams and needs. What is wrong with me that I see that's wrong with me that I want to fix? You know, things like, and I go through that list and I make that list, and I make that list so raw that I don't have a choice but to accept it for what it is.
Right.
And see it for what it is, so that I can start to work on it.
Right.
And I've been doing that now for probably about 10 years. And I think my doing that for the 10 years is what triggered me to start not focusing so much on the nonsense and pretty much prioritizing and organizing my life so that drama stays away, because I don't do drama. I don't do foolishness. And forgive me for a lack of a better term, I don't do hood. Because I wasn't raised there, so that would be like me faking the funk. I don't know all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you don't know it. Stay away from it.
Nephews try to teach me all the time, but it don't stick.
Yeah, you got to stay away from it, because that's just like you rolling with Mike Tyson. You might have to jump in that ring, and if you ain't prepared, hey.
Exactly. I'm like, whoa, I don't do that. But I don't blame anybody who does, because everybody has their own life. Everybody has their own lane. If you are in a situation that you don't like, dag nabbit, change it, because the only person that can change
It's you.
is you.
Right.
You're the only one. If you don't like that dude that's sitting in your house right now, sucking up your air and eating up your food and tearing up your bathroom, get rid of him.
I ain't got that problem. I'm cool. Yeah, and you're right, because I struggle with, like, it's funny you start talking about the new year, because I already started my new year, my 2018. Well, I have my new start date, because it came and gone. But anyway, and one of the things that I definitely have to do, and I pray about it all the time, but I guess this is just who I am. I really have to stop allowing myself to be soft. Like, people that, okay, and when I say soft, I know everybody's probably like, they know me like, she ain't soft nowhere. This chick is harder than steel. But in actuality, everybody, I am soft. I have a soft spot, and I really have to work on that soft spot, because that soft spot really gets me in trouble. And I have to understand that everything that I connect to, that I have to disconnect, if that makes sense.
Right.
So just because I have a connection with you does not mean that I'm supposed to have that connection with you. So I'm going to allow, just the right amount of time to see what it is. And if it ain't, I got to disconnect.
Well, you know what? I can agree with you on that wholeheartedly. And people say that I'm cold-hearted because I do that really easily and don't think twice about it. And it's not that I'm hateful or I'm spiteful or whatever, but I don't have that clingy characteristic. That's not a part of my character, where I have to keep you around, and no matter how you treat me, you got to be there, even if you're my sister or my brother. I could give two you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I could care less, because if you are not benefiting from me the way I'm benefiting from you, there's no reason for us to be in the same space.
Exactly.
If my life functions 100% positively without you in it, that means you're just not needed.
You know what?
And
I can't stand you right now. I couldn't stand my sister earlier, and I really can't stand myself, because we had a discussion about, okay, well, as you know, people are always asking, why are you single?